Hey guys, how's it going? Hope things are great with you. Thank you once again for tuning in back to my channel. For those who are new, my name is Prakash. I provide videos here in YouTube for the benefit of all in terms of understanding Vedic astrology, and also with the intention of giving my service as an astrologer. So if you're interested for any readings, please feel free to drop me a mail. All the details is in the description section. All right, so we're continuing the Venus in the ninth series. Let's talk about Venus first. Venus, as I keep saying, is the indriyas, or the senses, or the sensory perceptions that we have. That is the conduit between our soul and this physical world that we have, right? Of course, if we come to think about it, one of the karaka for Venus is memory, right? Because and how do you get memory? Memory is from thoughts, and how do you get from thoughts is from the the way we connect with the physical world, be it by touch, by taste, by smell, by vision, by sight. I mean, and by your hearing. Without these sensory perceptions, we are not engaged with anything. As such, there will not be thoughts, and when there's the void of thoughts, then we will not have any kind of memories associated. Simple thing, if you know a fire, you touch on it and you understand that, okay, next time I should not be touching it, right? That's where the function of Venus comes. It acts as a stimuli. Okay, the ninth house is a house of higher learning. Now, you can talk a lot, right? There's a small disclaimer here to all. When I say all these 5 reasons and 5 amazing things, I'm not doing it arbitrarily, because I have received a few emails asking me, how do I get all these amazing things? What is it based on? Now, it is highly substantial. Okay, I can give you a lot of details and references to it, but it's going to be lengthy, right? So the point here is that everything that I say is not arbitrary. I'm not making this up. It is based on my years of experience. It is based on my observations, empirical understanding, and most importantly from the scriptures. Okay, so I think let me just before going to the video, let's talk a little bit about that. I want to make myself clear on the things that I'm providing right now. Is for the benefit of all. That is my sincere reason, and those things that I provide, share here, has a lot of substantiation towards it. All right. For example, when I say Venus is the karaka for fantasies, for example, okay, it has a reason behind it. Now, Venus, as I say, is one of the karakas is memories, which means the data that it collects from the external world is registered as a memory. That is the conscious part. Now, we all know the mind has another part to it, which is the subconscious. There's 3 parts. Let's not go into that, but just for this context, let's just have it in our mind. There's 2 parts, right? You have the conscious and you have the unconscious or the subconscious. Now, you can imagine them analogous to the iceberg. You have the tip of the iceberg and a huge base below it, which is like 100 times bigger, right? So the tip of the iceberg is conscious. Whatever that you do, that you are fully aware that it's going on. The unconscious or the subconscious realm, those are different. Those are where that is the base of the iceberg. Okay, that's the huge part of the memory, which is uncharted, which is mysterious, which is highly complex. Okay, it is chaotic. It is something that we just simply don't know. Okay, now Venus has a part on both areas. One is the conscious part. Remember, the fire, when you touch it gets hot. And the other unconscious part, it is fantasies. Okay, now the whole thing encapsulated by moon. Moon is the mind. That is the domain, the custodian of that. But Venus has its own play, right? When I say fantasy, for example, when you were young, probably your grandparents would told you a story about how this beautiful girl who's a princess fought for the country. She rode a horse. She had skills in combats, and she has she's bold. She will be the one that goes first in any war, and she becomes triumphant regardless of being seen as a princess, which is normally seen as someone who's soft and graceful, but is portrayed as someone who's strong, and someone whose valor and courage is people worship that, right? So this story of heroism is etched in your mind when you're very young, but as you grow older, this story sips away. Okay, it goes into another part of your mind. It doesn't stick in your conscious mind because you're growing older, and these stories may not make much practical reasons for you to move on. You need to go into more physical things, or you talk about education and work and life and marriage and kids and whatnot, right? So you don't really think about this consciously. But here's the thing about the brain: it never forgets it, right? It stores those images that you have when you were young. This heroic person, this female princess who is beautiful, divine, elegant, and she is at the same time valerious. She fought in the battle, and she was the vanguard of an army and all that, has registered in the subconscious level. Okay, so Venus puts that subconscious level into a fantasy location, a location in the subconscious for fantasies, something which is so powerful, so potent, but it's not real. Now, when you grow up one day, say you are having a party and you meet this girl who is, you met her and it's nice to talk to her, and you find that she's a martial artist. She looks very beautiful, very pretty. Now, hold on. This is associating back to that fantasy, right? Very beautiful, very pretty. But at the same time, she's courageous, bold. She speaks with confidence, eloquence. She has a black belt in several different martial arts. Right? That sort of, at that point of moment, your brain subconsciously registers. Subconsciously opens that registry in the door of the fantasy when it happened when you were young, right? It opens that, but remember, it is not in the conscious yet. It is a far memory within you. You'll be even thinking, why am I attracted to this girl here? She's just someone in the party. Why do I feel connected with her? Because it is, again, a registry which has been made a long time ago in that area of your mind, which is covered by fantasies, right? And then you try to get engaged with her. You have no idea why you are deeply in love. You're connected with her so much. You want to try to get her number. You want to meet her after that, and all that thing happens. And then one day you realize that what a folly idea was that. She's just another person. Why did I go into all these things? Because it is the subconscious mind. You have no control, which is why they say you fall into love. You fall in love, or you are madly in love. A state of insanity. You just don't know what you're doing. All right. So my point here is that, guys, I want to make sure to tell you that everything that I say has substantiation. I just cut it short so that we don't pull too much of this. But of course, if you want to get into more understandings and all that, then wait for my class. My class will be starting soon. Okay. All right, so let's get into the topic now. Sorry if I've pulled this a bit too long, but I wanted to make it a point. I wanted to have that disclaimer. Okay. All right. So number one is when you have a powerful Venus in a unafflicted ninth house. 5 amazing things. Number one, you will not make the same mistake again. You will not. If you have this, that is, you will understand that, okay, this is the problem. Okay, what must I do from it and why it happened? Most of the people will stop there. I'm going to give you an example. Say someone borrows money. A close friend that you know for 30 years, for example, borrows money and cheats on you. Okay, and you're going to think, the first thing that comes to your mind, okay, this guy cheated, right? This guy cheated on me, he is a liar. All right, now Venus in the line doesn't stop there, it retrospects it, it goes to the genesis of why he did that. And so to realize that, oh, okay, he it's not that he just cheated, he had an intention, an agenda from the very beginning, right? That is called insincerity, a relationship without genuine expectations, without genuine engagements. That is insincerity. So it's not about the cheat and the lie, but it's about being insincere, right? So that is one of the greatest qualities, I would say, when you have Venus in the ninth. All right. Second thing is lust. Okay, this goes without saying. Venus is the karaka for love, romance, and in some ways lust as well. Now let's understand lust. Lust is when you have a physical feeling, connection with another person who's not your partner, but you have that feeling of to be in a coitus relationship, to have sex with them, basically, right? Why do you have this? Now again, as I said, Venus is the karakas for your fantasies, right? And the one that I just told you earlier, right? The fantasies, it is a subconscious collection of memory without you realizing it. It's a memory or a desire which is not conscious. Okay, when you have a memory and desire it's not conscious, it is, I mean, it's only two ways you can have it. Number one is if you're in some kind of stimulant, say if you're on drugs or booze, you go to a pub, you get pissed drunk and you sleep nakedly in the bathroom. Okay, that's one. It can happen because the conscious part of yourself is removed by these obnoxious substances, right? The second thing is from the fantasies. That's the dangerous one. It is registered somewhere. When certain experience triggers, this part of that fantasy is released, is invoked, and you're out of control, right? Lust is that. Okay, lust is that. And it starts with very innocuous. It starts very pleasantly. It puts a perspective that, okay, you are in love, okay, and you go and say that, okay, I have a partner, but still I'm in love with this person. I don't know why and all that. It sounds like that. The end of the day is you want to have sex with a person. That is the ultimate motive of lust, to have sex. There is a great story, if you want to explore this, about Venus and lust and sex. Is about his adventures with the Apsara, or the celestial nymph Vivachi. Okay, you can just look it up on Google. It's revealing. Okay, you can learn a lot of things. But the point here is that lust is from your fantasies, and the fantasies is in your subconscious, and subconscious means you have no control, and whatever that you do out of without control is definitely chaotic. Okay, the third is you don't self-sabotage yourself. Most of the time when you want to do something, it's not the external factor, it is you who stop from doing it. Say if you need to study for an exam, okay, you put your heart and soul into it, then you fail. Okay, so and then you start to blame yourself. So why this thing happened to me, right? You self-sabotage yourself. So the next time, the thing that you're supposed to be doing is learning from your mistakes, and putting into perspective, objectify your problem, and do it on the next time around. But instead, you self-sabotage yourself. So that is a quality that Venus in the line will never have. They will keep moving on. They are very practical. They pragmatic personalities. Okay. The fourth is emotional. They will never get into emotional things. Say if they fail on something, say if they had a heartbreak, they don't go into into this pit of hell, of torment and pain, and why this happened to me, and they blame on the whole world, resentment, and all this jealousy, hatred, and all these negative emotions. They do not dwell into that. They see that as a useless thought process. All right, they see that, okay, yeah, things happen. Okay, this is the next forward for me to do that. They become very objectifying about the things. it's even if they ever to feel sad, which is again a negative emotion, even to feel sad, it is only for a very short period of time. They don't really dwell and sit and cry and weep and all that thing. The convalescence of recovery is very fast for them. Okay, that's the fourth. The fifth is they are very grateful to get the job done. Nothing can stop them. Very enduring, very persistent. They must get it through. No matter what, they will get it through. That is hell, heaven, high water, whatever may come, they will push on to get whatever they started off to get it done. So such a powerful personality, I would say, Venus in the ninth. Now, if you have all these qualities, then I would really love to hear, or at least one or two of it. Still, I would love to hear. Or if you don't even have any of these qualities, still, I would like to hear from you. I would like to interact with you guys. So this year is going to be different in my YouTube videos. I would like to have more interaction. I don't want to be just me talking and you listening. I want to have some kind of interaction. So please post, no matter how silly, weird, or how engaging the question is. I will definitely reply to you. So yeah, so that's all for this video. I hope this video is beneficial for you. If it's so, please share with your friends and family. Until we meet on Venus in the 10th. I know someone is waiting for that. Couldn't remember the person's name, but I know someone is waiting for Venus in the 10th. And until then, take care of yourself, be safe, and all these different variants of viruses popping up. So be safe out there. Namaste.